From Normal Guy News, world headquarters in a tiny apartment, this is Normal Guy News with Tony. Welcome to Normal Guy News with Tony. I'm a normal guy, and this is the news. Today's top story is a shocking one. Don't be a tyrant. I know, bold stance, very progressive. Please hold your applause. The internet was supposed to connect us. And it did. It connected us to everyone who agrees with us and then showed us the worst possible version of those who don't. And that's not a connection. That's a recipe for a slow-motion civil war fought in the comments section. Meanwhile, the people running things, they love it. A divided population is easy to manage. You don't need chains when people are too busy fighting each other to notice the cage that they're in. Political parties are screaming, religions are arguing, families are fighting on Facebook, and meanwhile the average person is just trying to buy groceries without having to take out a second mortgage. And here's the weird part. When you strip away most of it, we all want the same things. Freedom, safety, health, love. That's not a liberal or conservative thing. It's just a human thing. So why are we at each other's throats? Because we've been handed a script. Team A versus Team B. Pick a side, stay in your lane, and whatever you do, don't notice that both teams are sponsored by the same people. It reminds me of the gas station. If you're younger, you won't even remember what a full-service gas station looked like.
The attendant finds out what kind and how much gasoline you want.
And look at that. A guy walks out to your car the second you pull up. He's filling your tank, checking your wiper blades, checking the water in your radiator. Nowadays, if someone walks up to your car at a gas pump, you lock the door. Same thing happened with grocery stores. There used to be dedicated baggers, grocery baggers. Now most people don't even see a cashier. That same slow erosion happened with our government. Less money going to the average person, more disappearing into black budget projects and international espionage. Most politicians aren't there for you. They're there for themselves. And you know why?
Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting by a system that threw them overboard 30 years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich suckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
That's right. There's a big club, and you're not in it. Here's a clip from the Sean Ryan Show where a congressman explains what happened to him the very first week after he got elected.
What's your first impression of being a congressman and being in the D.C. mix?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, a lot of my perceptions, have come to be proven correct. As far as there is a uniparty. It tries to suck you in from the moment that you're elected,
How do they try to suck you in?
Well, they do it with money, as far as like, hey, we'll help you win this race, but then, I scratch your back, now you need to scratch my back. So there's that part of it. And then there's also, the threats as well. Hey, Sean, so you want to represent this district you live in Tennessee, so you're going to need money to do that, because the people that you're running against, whether you're running against an incumbent or just somebody else, now you're a different story because you have this amazing reach and this amazing podcast, so you already have name ID, right? But that's one of the hardest things for any politician to get is name ID, and it costs a lot of money to do that, running commercials, ads, etc. And so that's what a lot of these groups will do. The bigger groups, Republicans, Democrats, etc. They will help you. They will spend money on your behalf. They will donate to your campaign so that they help raise your name ID. But then, once you get elected, it's like, okay, now it's time to pay us back, and we'll start with who are you. You need to vote for so-and-so for speaker. And then, these bills are going to be coming up right behind that, and we're going to need you to be on the team.
A respected Navy SEAL confirming that the uniparty is real. Can't say it's all that surprising, though, is it? The news is ruled by advertisers. The government is ruled by lobbyists. Most of the famous, rich, powerful people of the world are chasing one thing: money. Your well-being is not part of the equation. So what do we do? What if we focused on our communities? What if we focused on each other? Maybe we could stop trying to control each other and try to understand each other. Give people the freedom you want for yourself. Not because they deserve it, not because they earned it, because freedom isn't a reward. It's the baseline. Because tyranny doesn't start with dictators. It starts with everyday people trying to live each other's lives. You know the type. The guy who tries to tell strangers how to parent. The lady who polices everyone's diet. The cousin who thinks that your soul depends on voting the way he does. The coworker who corrects your grammar in group chats. Those are the micro-tyrants, the dollar store dictators. And the truth is, people don't become tyrants because they're evil. Most of the time, they become tyrants because they're scared. Fear makes people rigid. Fear makes people controlling. Fear makes people try to manage the world by managing you. But here's the thing, you don't fix fear by controlling people. You fix fear by connecting with people. If you've ever met anyone who was racist, for instance, the prescription to fix that problem, in my experience, is to hang out with that race of people. Is to spend time with them. And we'll get rid of that. So let's get back to basics. Do you want freedom? Then give freedom. Do you want dignity? Give dignity. Do you want people to stop judging you? Then stop judging others. Everyone should be free to live how they want, unless their actions are taking away someone else's freedom. That's the whole rule. That's the entire system. Everything else is just commentary. And look, people experience reality differently. Some people see the world through logic, some through emotion, some through faith, some through trauma, some through experiences they can't even explain. But you don't have to understand someone to treat them like a human being. We're entering a time where compassion matters more than correctness, where unity matters more than winning, where being human matters more than being right. So today's top story is simple. Don't be a tyrant. Not in your home, not in your community, not in your politics, and not in your heart. The only people who deserve judgment are the ones taking freedom away from others, the tyrants, the ones who use power to control, manipulate, and enslave, whether that's a government, a corporation, a religion, or just someone in your life that can't stand for you to think for yourself. Everyone else, let them live. Don't be a tyrant. And now, sports. In sports today, one team won, another team lost. Experts say this will continue to happen. And now, a word from our sponsor, Fear Factory Outlet. Are you tired of feeling calm and irrational? Come on down to Fear Factory Outlet, where we believe if you ain't scared, you ain't prepared. We've got fear-based toys, fear-based clothing, and fear-based home decor. Perfect for raising children who jump at their own shadow. Fear Factory Outlet, because nothing says I love my family like constant panic. Thank you for watching episode 2 of Normal Guy News. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, if you're not afraid, you're not watching enough news.